Hi, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Don't Let It Stu. I'm here with Georgio Says. Giorgio Takounakis is here. Hi, Giorgio. And we're live.
Hi, Stu. We are live. Yes, we're live on a Friday.
It's the best day. I'm always happy on a Friday. I just want to do my podcast on Friday, like all the time, because I'm in a great mood. There's lots of shit that went on during the week. You have lots to talk about. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've been looking at your reels. You've a lot to talk about this week. We got to get into it straight away because it's just been on everywhere. Let me just turn this on to, my God, Heather, stop texting me. Hold on. Personal, do disturb. There we go. Okay. The fucking affair at Coldplay concert. This is amazing. I mean, not the CEO gaslighting and blaming Coldplay for the cheating scandal. And the Coldplay quote, like, just took me out. Like, did you see the statement from him?
Wait, I thought that statement actually came out to be satire or from, like, false, like, it wasn't real. Am I making that up? I felt like I saw somebody say...
No, like, I'll read it to you. I want to acknowledge the moment that's been circulating online and the disappointment it's caused. What was supposed to be a night of music and joy turned into a deeply personal mistake, playing out on a very public stage. I want to sincerely apologize to my wife, my family, and the team at Astronomer. You deserve better from me as a partner, as a father, and a leader. This is not who I want to be or how I want to represent the company. Yeah, nobody wants to be a cheater. I'm taking time to reflect, to take accountability, and figure out the next steps, personally and professionally. I ask for privacy as I navigate the process. You were at a concert, you fucking idiot. I also want to express how troubling it is that we should have been a private moment. So what? You didn't want people to see that you were cheating? But without my consent. You're in public. There's no consent. I respect artists and entertainers, but I hope we can all think more deeply about the impact of turning someone else's life into a spectacle. They didn't fucking know what you were up to. As a friend once sang, lights will guide you home and ignite your bones, and I will try to fix you. Maybe, is it fucking satire? Because it sounds ridiculous.
I feel like it came out that this was not a real statement. I'm trying to verify it if I can quickly, because I
haven't seen.
Yeah, I think it is. No, so at 9:50 a.m. Eastern Time, Page 6 wrote, Astronomer CEO firm rips fake Andy Byron statement after CEO's Coldplay kiss cam scandal.
Damn.
So
God, fake news
I thought because I was like, I thought I'd seen someone make an update to be like, this was from a account that clearly had no credibility. But like,
yeah.
Even still, it's really ballsy to go to a Coldplay concert and be like expecting to not get caught. It's almost like they wanted to get caught.
I mean, they did. Like, it's like, I mean, they were just so shocked when the camera came on them. Like, it was just, here's the thing. They should have done nothing. If they just stayed there and kept being like hands around each other, would anybody have actually paid attention to it?
The wife.
Well, but here's the thing.
Wasn't it just a regular clip? Like, did everyone there know that there was an affair happening?
No.
In the moment, I mean?
What happened was, like, from the clip I gather, you know, it was like a kiss cam or whatever, you know,
yeah,
that they do with like the fucking baseball games or whatever. And it went on them and their hands were around each other, whatever, like hugging, like the Titanic, whatever it was. And they all of a sudden were like, oh, fuck. Like, so it was like, okay, what are you guys doing? Because this is weird. So you made it weird for everybody. So we're like, now we're questioning why you guys suddenly, there's this commotion. But if they were just like a regular couple and they were like, oh my God, just keep looking at the camera, just keep smiling and it'll go away. Nobody probably would have noticed it. They would have been like, oh, fucking hell, two people. Unless, like, the guy is super famous because he's a CEO and people would know, like, maybe that he would get caught. But I feel like all eyes were on it because of the way they reacted.
No, that's fair. I mean, they did react like they shouldn't have been doing it. So it did draw more attention. I would say this was probably great for the wife's lawyer.
Oh, it's amazing for her. She's gonna
There's
get so
no
much money.
oh my God. I mean, as horrible as that is to find out the way that she found out, it's a good husband to do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's got the funds, you've got the proof, it's viral. He can squeeze himself out of it. He probably doesn't. And listen, she'll be fine financially, obviously. But
I think, like, when I see something like this happen, I always question of what's going on at home. And if someone has that much balls to go out in public, and like it looks like there's other like staff around him that works at the company, and they fucking know the affair is going on, it's like I'm almost feel like, you know, they're probably not having sex at home. They're probably fucking fighting all the time. So he's like, fuck this, like whatever. But yeah, she was handed the fucking golden ticket. She was. Like, amazing. She's going to get so much money. I think he's a billionaire. Is he?
yeah, he's a billionaire astronomer.
God, she's so lucky. It's like that Ariana Madix thing. Best thing that ever happened to her.
The worst and best thing at the same time.
Yeah. I feel like they were barely sleeping together anyway. I feel like they were fighting all the time. I just feel, you know, I still kind of have a whole thing about
I want to picture her heartbroken, okay? I just want to picture her, like, gobsmacked. Like, how could this happen to me?
I don't get that. But whatever. That's my own opinion. But that's another day. Okay. Tell me what's going on with, Denise Richards and the ex.
Oh, my God.
Is there any updates since, like, we saw the photograph of the bruise?
Well, they're due back in court. They're due back in court August 8th to see if this restraining order can remain permanent.
Okay.
Aaron is denying all the, accusations, obviously. Like, I wasn't expecting him to turn around and publicly be like, yeah, I did. She pissed me off.
Of course.
No, but I think at the same time, I think a lot of the things that I'm starting to pick up on is that there's clearly this very odd pattern with Beverly Hills housewives, public figures, where they're caught up in these domestic violent situations. Like Camille Grammer, for instance, we all were so happy when she moved on with Dimitri. Then all of a sudden it came out after... Taylor started the whole, I don't want to say trend, but like it was kind of the first inkling of like, oh, wow, this actually is happening. Yeah. And we're watching it unfold. And then you have Camille's situation with Dimitri in the hotel room where he's like beating her up. And then now this. And it's sad because someone like Denise Richards, walking down the street, you would probably never just assume that she would put up with something like that, not at least at this stage of the game. But it's sad to read that, she's alleging over the 6 years of their entire marriage, he's been like this. But we did see some red flags, though, to be honest.
I saw your post about, like, stop, you're crushing my hand or whatever when they were...
No, he said, I'm going to crush your hand if you keep talking to me like that. Like,
is that what he said? I'm going to...
Yes, because that's why people keep going back to that scene, because when they're leaving, she is angry, but she also understands they're on a reality show. So he's trying to be what clearly is a monster, and she knows this. So she's saying, stop talking. The cameras are on us. And they're holding hands, but then he's like, stop telling me what to say, or I'm going to crush your fucking hand. So it was like, that was always a red flag in the moment when I remember recapping, like, that's odd thing to say to your wife when you're...
And then even, like, thinking about that, like, do you ever wonder then, like she just was self-medicating because she was in this terrible fucking medication?
That's the first thing that came to my...
And then,
yes.
She would always turn up to these scenes and she'd be kind of fucking, like, forced, 10 sheets to the wind or whatever the phrase is, or just just always out of it.
Well, and that's something that I picked up on after this. I'm like, well, that makes a lot more sense. She's inebriated because she's got to detach in some way. She's walking on eggshells. Finding out he doesn't let her travel alone, that's pretty crazy. But my thing is, like, the little kids, the little kid in it is, like, scary to think about. But hopefully the judge rules in her favor and she can get a permanent restraining order, because I don't think that she would. I don't feel that she would have a reason to make something up like this.
No.
Against him.
I
So also, if people forget that weird incident where he was driving her to set and he was being chased by someone who was shooting at his truck, does everyone forget that? Where she had this, like, she had to show up on the studio lot and she was frantic, and it was like he was the driver.
Like shooting at guns or shooting photographs?
No, shooting guns. Like they shot at his truck while he was driving her to. I'm gonna do a whole video on this now because it's like it's too much. But yeah, so like it's sad, it's horrific, but it's also I think a aha moment for people to realize that this happens a lot more than people realize.
I just when I see the photograph of her, how does that bruise even happen on your face? Like, it's so significant. It's like, I can't even imagine punching somebody. I can't even imagine getting punched in the eye. Like, fuck. Like, it's really, really bad.
It really, and when you read that, like, from her angle, this happened on 4th of July and then, like, continued on the next day. Yeah, I think these photos are from the incident that was reported by her alleging these things to begin with. I think this is why.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, sorry. Now it's making a lot more sense too, because he filed for divorce on July 7th.
Yeah.
She's alleging on July 4th they had a confrontation in which he pushed her onto the stairs. Then on the 5th of July, she alleges that he knocked her hat off of her head and like hit her on the side of the head, and basically threatened, allegedly, that, you know, if she went to the police, that, like, you know, he basically would.
Kill her.
Yeah, I mean, he threatened to off her based on what she's alleging as well. So it's just been something I think she's been dealing with. I think this was the last straw, but it is very interesting that he jumped to filing first, because he wants alimony and he wants all these things, right? So
he wanted to get ahead of it first.
Of course.
Like, well, if she files, it's like, oh, well, he must be a terrible guy, and this that, and the other. Where, like, when he files, it's like, oh, she must be a nightmare. Like, he can't bear to be around her or whatever. You know what I mean? Just the optics, the way it looks.
Absolutely. And you remember, I don't know if you watched her spinoff show, but there in the beginning, she had to go rent apartments or condos for her family because she let his family move into their house as she paid for.
Oh, God, man.
So that probably is they probably had a whole situation that nobody knew about. Plus his business failed and he was being sued. So it was just a lot of stuff. So, you know, hopefully she gets through it.
I wonder, is he like a dirty John? Like, you know.
He's
money.
Yeah, and Marisol is correct. What's good for the whole is definitely not good for the soul. Not in this situation, at least.
God, it's so funny. Okay, well, let's just touch on the Valley really quickly, and then we'll go to Orange County. Oh God, let me see. Okay, so, oh yeah, I want to ask you about, like, I sent you a DM yesterday. This Brock and Sheena thing, the cheating thing, right? And then Sheena's like fucking going around, like, just photo shoots like this, you know, Us Weekly, all the fucking magazines. And I'm just like, get her off my feed. I'm like I liked her. I always liked Sheena on The Valley, and I like her on Vanderpump and stuff like that. I just liked her. Now I'm just like, this is fucking gross. Like, this happened, and you're using it to sell books. And it's kind of like, haha, it's like a laughing matter. Like, oh, no big deal. And it's like, wait, what? And then is she like, I just don't know. What do you think?
I think that she was very calculated, obviously, in how she was going to use this moment. And that is something that I feel is always a disconnect with me and Sheena, always. I want to believe that she comes from a good place, but there's always this weird hinge of, like, I already thought about this 2 months ago and I'm doing it now on camera, or I'm writing it in the book. Because in my mind, some of the things that she even put in her, I guess, memoir, if you want to call it that, is like stuff that you would think that, okay, so you're done with reality television in this network, because you saying that you concocted and planned a season finale fight with people on this show for season 9, that maybe that was the only time, but all you're doing is ruining it more and more for people to watch, because they're already so suspicious when they're watching, like, if something's real or not. So I just feel like that was ballsy of her, and also just liquidating a cleaned up narrative around Brock's affair isn't really fair when you consider Ariana and the beating she took. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just felt like you guys were sitting around, and Sheena, you were actually dealing with something. You could have actually aligned with her in that moment, and it could have actually saved the show. It could have saved the show, because it would have shifted things off of Ariana. And yes, it would have gone on to Sheena and Brock, but that's what you signed up for. You want these massive checks, but then you want to hide the fact that you're, I don't know, it's a little bit hypocritical.
Like, no, it's just there was nothing going away, I believe, from the Ariana and Tom Sandoval thing. Like, that was like to the fucking end. Like, if Sheena, I mean, yeah, I would have, like, if I think Sheena was like, no, or maybe she knew that the fucking show was coming to an end, and she was just like, look, it is what it is. I'm going to keep this piece of information for myself for another time, or maybe it was
possibly
going to do the memoir and all this kind of stuff, because it is juicy and so forth. So it would have been probably better played out in the show and all that stuff. But yeah, as you like, it's calculating. It's like feels very planned and all that stuff. And it's just
let's be crystal clear. Sheena's been writing this memoir since she slept with Eddie Cibrian. Okay, let's be crystal clear. It's just diary pages. Diary pages and locations of every single human being possible. She probably has our locations. You never know. I want whatever app she has that just magically gives you people's locations without them knowing that they gave it.
Wait, does she have that kind of? I need to know what that is.
No, I mean, I'm just wondering how she has this many people's locations.
Okay, so we get onto the Valley. Where do we even start with that? Like, I was just doing the notes before we got online. Okay, so the one thing that stood out for me, and I was like screaming at the TV, was just like, Janet, obviously. So Janet and Jason, right? They go to the fucking tattoo parlor.
It's so stupid.
It's like, I'm always like that person, and just of all the stuff I've gone through and all this kind of stuff. Like, people say things about you, right? If you fucking keep talking about it, there's some truth to it, because it obviously hits a trigger. You want to clear it up. You're going to keep talking about it until you can clear it up, but it just keeps the conversation going. It's like, well, why are you so affected by it? Like, what? Like, here's the thing: if someone says something to you that you know for fucking sure is like not true, you're like, guys, that didn't happen. Like, stop, and you walk away, and that's it. Or you just completely ignore it. You say it once and you're done. When you keep bringing it up, it's just like, come on. And now, like, they thought, like, hey, let's make fun of this whole thing, that it's so crazy that you would take your ring off at a nightclub or a bar or whatever. Let's go get, like, tattoos of the rings on her fingers, and, we can, like, ha-ha it off, and it'll be a cool moment because you've never got a tattoo before and you'll be a pussy getting it or whatever. And so, but then it's like, and you said this in one of your clips too, it's just like, wait, I thought you didn't believe it at all, that he always keeps the ring on, that he never takes it off. So what? And you always have a tracker on him, you know where he is, and he's not that kind of guy and all this kind of stuff. So what, like, why are you getting a ring tattooed on his finger? I want to say, like, a dumb line.
First of all, the point here is that I believe where there's smoke, there's fire. And if Ariana's brother has come out and even said that man took his ring off in the club, okay? This little dinky little Sharpie line around his finger, who is going to see that in the club at night? They're going to be like, oh, I see this little black thin line. You must be married. I've got to go. And hoes don't care about that anymore. We're in 2025. They sometimes want to see a ring. They're like, they want a challenge. Things are boring nowadays. And, you know, the thing is, too, when she sat there and tried to act like she was crying over these comments about her being a fan of the show,
I was just screaming at the TV.
you literally you manifested this for yourself, and now you're sitting here crying that people called you out on it. We all knew how you came about. It's okay. Like,
like it's just like she says these things, and then she's like, I don't see the problem. I don't see why they're hating on me. Like, when you're calling Danny, like, who seems like the nicest guy, is he having a fourth kid? I don't even know what's going on.
Yeah, they just had their fourth. Yeah, no, they just had their fourth. Yeah, because she got pregnant, I think, after they wrapped filming.
Are they moving to Santa Clarita? They'll be with Amy Phillips out there then. But it's like, the guy's the sweetest guy, and he works hard, and he doesn't love confrontation and stuff. I would have thrown Janet over that fucking ship or that fucking yacht or boat or whatever it is when she comes out and say, like, sexual abuse or whatever the word is. Like
she said sexual assault.
Sorry.
Now we're going in such a different direction. Poor Danny. No, listen, no, but I mean, the guy took a big beating over this. To be fair, it wasn't just a one-off in an episode where someone was mad and just said it. Like, she's been carrying this narrative through the entire season, and it's getting worse because it starts off with, oh, he's hiding his drinking in the pantry, made me uncomfortable. Now it's like he sexually assaulted 2 women in a bar and was thrown. It's like, oh my God. No, it's not even. That's the other part to this. It's like, it's not even your story to like even fight about. Like, it's, you already know that there was a conversation that was had between the 2 people or 3 people involved. They now own that. You can no longer jump in the way you are. So it is clear you are trying to hide something because you keep doing this deflection stuff. So that's
and like it's like, why are you going after those 2? Like Dodie was the one that brought up the, like, him taking the ring off the finger, like, so that she heard it and she brought it up. Like, it's not fucking Danny and Nia saying this, you know? Like, why are you attacking them? Are you jealous of their relationship? Are you jealous that they have kids? Like, I don't get it. Is she jealous of Nia because she looks so beautiful and she's hot and whatever? Like, I don't know.
I think it's one of those situations that, unfortunately, someone like Nia grew up in a way that it was very rough for her, and she's been able to manage her outlook on life in a positive way because she already knows what it is to be at the very, very bottom of the totem pole. So I think she is going to pick and choose her battles, which I appreciate, but then Janet knows that and will use that to then really go after her because she knows if she did that to somebody else, she would have already been tossed off a boat. So she also knows who she can do this with.
Exactly, and they don't react that aggressively to her. Like, I mean, I appreciated that Danny was just like, fuck this. And, like, it was just like, I'm just walking away from this. Like, this is a fucking loser here just trying to come after me. They were like, we're done with you, you know? I mean, everybody's done with her. And then you would, like, what was the problem then? Does Brittany just keep kind of, like, defending Janet? Is that kind of, like, what's going on? Or is she, like...
Yeah, essentially, she just stays really quiet or neutral. Yeah. Specifically in the situation around the sexual assault thing, like, she kind of wanted to still kind of be like, yeah, no, it's crazy. Like, no, bitch, it's wrong. Like, you need to say it's wrong. Like, it's... Yeah. You can still be friends with someone and say, no, in that moment, you were wrong. You know, there wasn't anything. So that's why I think it also makes Kristen look like she's just flipping out about it by herself because they're just sitting around like it's not a big deal.
Brittany is getting on my fucking last nerve, as you said. So we have the whole, like, Jax comes over, they try and sit down. The kid goes with the nanny or whatever, and they're trying. But the thing about it is, and, like, maybe this is unpopular opinion, like, I felt like Jax, and I know like he plays it up for the cameras and maybe come across nice or whatever it is, but he's truly not like that or whatever. But like in that scene, let's just take it for what it was, what we saw. Like I felt like he did go over like, I want to sort this out, and she just started at him, like to fucking like rile him up and so forth. Where like, and he's just like, I can't fucking talk to you. Like, yes, I did bad shit. You can still be mad with me, and that's fine. But I feel like Brittany turns it up for the fucking cameras. And it's like I felt like he was trying a bit, and she just was like, no. And then she's like, oh, I need the bills, and you have to pay for half the bills. And he's like, well, I need to see the fucking kid. She's like, you're not seeing the kid, but I want your money. Like, I'm like, if I'm paying the fucking kid's bills, I want to see my kid, even if it's 1 day a week, with like supervised care or whatever. But it's hard. I don't know where I stand on it.
I think two things are happening here. I think Jax is a master narcissist, and he knew exactly what he was doing walking into that scene, dressed the way he was, right? Remember, he came in very conservatively dressed. He wasn't just wearing his normal whatever. He came in, he knew he was going to rile her up by staying calm because she also knows what he's doing. So she's now getting mad. It's just like those TikTok videos of the woman flipping out and the guy's filming her calm as can be, and everyone automatically assumes the woman's out of her mind. But then the smart ones are like, no, what did you do to get her there, though? What have you done?
Yeah.
So, you know, I think, yes, she probably turned it up a bit more for the cameras because it's a show. But I think also if Jax was super concerned about those details, he would have that off-camera conversation with her and not be consistently poking at her or worried about what she's doing, specifically if she is paying the bills in that house now. So, you know.
Money and the bills, I mean, are just going to run each other into, because like money's going to run out sometime. Like
it's going to go away. There's no, and I'm not saying this because she doesn't deserve a house that size. I'm saying financially, like listen, the other night I was kind of joking, but kind of wasn't. I was like, I went up to Jeff and I was like, hey, you know, G-Wagons are a great write-off, and I looked into the breakdown, and I was just scouring the internet for some G-Wagons, and so he laughed, and he was like, no, like, that is such a ridiculous expense right now, and so I was like, yeah, you're right. But it's like, it's prioritizing things, obviously get nice things, but I feel like Brittany just wants to keep the house for ego reasons, not for the longevity and sustainability, because what if the show goes away?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But the house goes, like the show goes away, you're still paying what, a $15,000 a month mortgage on a house like that, at least. It has to be. And like,
first of all, can you even imagine paying $14,000 a month?
Not yet. No.
Not yet. I don't want to ever pay that much. I don't care how much money. That's insane.
I had a partner and stuff like that, and I was making great money, which I will be.
Oh, that's better. 7 and 7 is better. 7 and 7.
Not on my fucking own. I'd be like, bitch, get out of that house, sell it, do whatever, split it, whatever it is. But it's going to be a long battle for her. So then to bounce off that, like, so then now he's walking away from the show.
I don't know about that. I think he was basically told, you got to go. This is not, like, it's dragging the show down. Because it is. It's like, we already have Janet making it dark with trying to make Danny out to be this monster in the closet. And then you have Jax, who's, like, just reckless and very, like, dangerous if you think about it. Yeah, and it's like he feeds off the cameras, too. So he likes being the villain, but it's not villain anymore. It's almost just like, I don't know.
Like, I think everybody needs a break. Like, go away, really do the work, and maybe you can come back. I don't know. Like, see change. I don't know, but I don't think those people can't. They physically can't. They're not capable. Jesse looks like a lovely guy. He's coming off really nicely in this. in this, I like him. I always like that. I like him.
Listen. I know he's a little shit, but I would absolutely party with that guy and know I would have a great time with him and have great banter back and forth because he has a good sense of humor about stuff. So you can tell like he doesn't take himself super seriously.
I met him at that party, that Los Angeles magazine party, and we chatted for like 20 minutes. He was lovely. He was really great.
Yeah, he seems like he's cool.
And then, what else was I going to say? So there's that, Danny, Nia, Brittany, Janet. God, what else? What else was going to happen in that?
I just want to say this. I am done with the filler la scenes that have no point to the like I don't need it. Like I don't know what the point of it is. Like I don't need to see her breastfeeding again or cleaning a bottle again while someone is sitting on her couch monotone being like, I don't know why my life is hard. Like it's just like, okay, like.
But I do think that she will be on next season. She will be. I'm almost like, I've heard rumblings. Just put it that way.
I'm not surprised. I'm not. I feel like they were warming us up to her. Yeah.
Because it's kind like it needs kind of like not a revamp or not a refresh, but it's very dark, as you said. Like it's a lot. They all fucking hate each other. They're all like, do you know that Nick Viall guy? Like he was just like, I saw him on some serious show the other day or whatever, and he's like, they're all losers. I'm like, really, dude? Like, fuck you. Like
he's just acting that way because he's all in that secret Lives of Mormon Wives circle now, so that's what's trending, and so he always feels like he can talk down on things because of where he sits. It's not. They're not trashy. I think it's just certain people on there kind of make it not fun to watch.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it does need, I know, it just needs a bit of lightness. Maybe when Jax is gone, maybe it might do a bit better, or Janet stops being a fucking total CUN, but whatever. Okay, let's go on to Orange County. I'm like, I'm excited about it every week now. Like, I'm fucking loving Orange County. You have to love it right now. Are you just loving it?
Listen, I feel like these women constantly give us a show, and it's, yes, some of it gets old for some of the people, but it still never is old enough, at least for me. But yeah, no, this season's going to be amazing because we're already at episode 2 and it's already like,
it's lit. Okay, I don't even know where to start in this. Okay, so, oh, fuck.
Gretchen's back.
I kind of started off in the fitness studio, and then and Gina's like, Tamra, I can really see that you're like that. No, the southern accent, but I can really see that you're trying with Shannon. Like, wait, like, did you like? She talked so much shit about her last. Like, Shannon's like, you have a lot to fucking do before we ever start to be friends again. It's just like Gina just sucking up, like just trying to find something to talk about. And then they talked about Katie again. I was pissed off with Shannon because she thought like it was a gang up on her. I mean, bitch, it was a gang up. You were all going after Katie, like sitting there at that wellness retreat or whatever. What do you think about like the Katie stuff? Because I feel like a lot of people think one thing, and I'm completely on the other side of it.
Look, I'm no fool. I think Emily opened up a Pandora's box when she went digging into Katie's past. I didn't like it when I was recapping the reunion. I will say it now. And let me be very crystal clear as well. I love Emily very much. I think she's a great housewife. I think she is exactly the type of housewife we need on the show. So this is not about that. But I think that, unfortunately, with someone like Katie, who's new, who is also not really aware of what the consequences of those interactions will lead to, right? The show is a microscope. So maybe in real life that wouldn't have been as big of a deal, but a reality show is going to blow that thing up, and you mix in the fact that you've involved someone's kids. I think the issue is that interview with TRH about the nanny and all that, the conversation around the kids, Emily's kids specifically, I think was where the ick for me came from. Not about the nanny trying to get something out there that the kids, in fact, are around Emily when she's saying these things. But I don't know. I think Katie at least looks like she could own up to her mistakes. I don't think this is who she is necessarily. I think she got caught up in the show stuff.
Exactly, but the thing about it was, like for me, to go back to that reunion, like Emily did open up Pandora's box, and she did talk about her kids and like, oh, you know, you're not a good mom, and you had to give up your kids, and she's like, dude, like I fucking didn't want to give them up. It was really painful to watch, right?
Yeah, but then I'm sorry, but then before that happened though, Katie brought her adult daughter on camera to do a scene where they're bringing up Emily's children. It was not necessary for any storyline. It came out of nowhere. So yes, what Emily did was not great, but had it not have been for that moment on camera, Emily would never have gone, I guarantee you, and not gone and dug around looking at that. So we wouldn't even be here, is my point. So I think, and I said that last week, and people didn't really like that because they feel like they want to be like Team Katie, and I'm not like.
But then it's like, but yeah, Emily did go and dig it all up, but the shit was true, and she didn't like it was true.
Correct, like, which is also a double twister, you know.
It is, and it's like, you know, and she's doubling down now against Gina, and then you have the whole ambush with fucking Gina and Emily when like Katie's like, what the fuck? Like, I thought it was just gonna be me and Emily, which is like, Gina needs to stay the fuck out of it. Like, Gina needs to stop talking for Emily and just starts, like, she keeps going after Katie. It's like, girl, this is nothing. She's hurt all of us. Katie hasn't hurt you. She's done nothing to you, Gina. Like, what do you get? Like, what do you like?
I think the link there is that because Gina brought Katie on or brought her into the group, she's got some responsibility where she's got to hash that out with her because you know how it goes.
This is ridiculous. Like, Katie's her own person. Like, you know, Gina, like, you know, fucking Katie's not your kid. You know what I mean? It's like, come on. She's just trying to make something out of nothing. I feel like Gina, and she's done such horrible things. I'm sorry. Like, she's literally owned up to DMing with the fucking Bravo Babes bitch or whatever, and like that really blew back in her face. But the thing about it was, Katie said all nice things in those back and forths. It wasn't as if she was like, fuck Tamra, this, that, and the other, and then like the call, then she admits the call to Tamra. She goes over to Tamra's house. She admits the call. She's like, I'm sorry I did that. And she's like, thanks so much for saying that. This was what the call was about. The Bravo Babes was scared. I'm going to get sued or whatever it is. And Katie was like, fucking take down the post. Like, take down the post. She was like nice about it. Like, so there wasn't like this vitriol from Katie with that. And I feel like that gets lost. It's just like, we don't believe you, Katie. We don't believe you. But she's like, she's literally telling you, okay, maybe not initially she comes out with all the information, but then she's like, okay, this is what happened. I'm sorry. I fucked up. But she did make a good point, I thought Katie did, when she said, like, look, I didn't know. I thought this was like, what'd you say, like, eaten for eaten, like to be, what was the fucking phrase? I didn't want to be eaten, basically, like, you know.
Oh, eat or be eaten. Yeah, well, like, yeah, because I think ultimately Katie probably came in and realized, like, oh, wow, these women are really going after each other. Like, I better be ready for whatever. And perhaps, yes, it went in the wrong direction because, like, I really do wish they would leave kids out of the, like, drama storylines. Yeah. Like, it's fine if they're willing to share their child's experience because that's their choice. But, like, when it gets to, like, oh, my child heard you say something nasty about Heather, like, that, I feel like you're just, what are we doing with this? Exactly.
I understand that, but here's...
You're like, I understand, but you're doing the Katie, like Shannon. No, but!
No, here's the thing. Listen, like, yeah, like, she did bring it up, and like, kids and stuff like that, but kids always fucking get brought up into it anyway. Like, just do, and for some reason. Yes, kids are off limit, I get it. And I think Katie said that, like, okay, I understand, like, kids or whatever, she said in a scene with Emily. But it came up. Look, at least she's not a fucking Crystal Minkoff.
What happened with Crystal Minkoff?
I don't know. She has a podcast now with fucking...
Oh yeah.
You remember Crystal, how boring she was in Beverly Hills? At least fucking Katie's interesting and, like, you know, can rile against these girls.
I think looking back now with the Crystal stuff, I think it wasn't so much she was boring. I think she was almost like stunned at how they wanted her to almost lean into a I guess aesthetically, the way her life is, she doesn't necessarily act at the caliber that some. So they probably were asking her to lean into that, and she's not clearly going to do that.
Yeah, apparently, like she's better now, like she's doing the podcast, or I think she's more outspoken now and stuff like that. But you know, it was too late. She should have been doing that from like the get-go season 1. And I feel like, you know, I think like Katie knew kind of what it's like, but didn't really fucking know, like, fuck, this is full on, and like, you know, the fans, and they're hating me, and they think I'm lying, and you know, and all this kind of stuff, and I did this, I'm playing the game with them, and you know, I said, you know, about the paparazzis with Heather and this, but she got into it. At least she got into it. I mean, you can't. Here's the thing: if she didn't get into it and she was just sitting around there, you'd all want her off the fucking show.
Mm-hmm.
At least we have like a good show, like, you know, it's good TV, and you know, she may not like it sometimes when people are calling her a liar and stuff. But the thing I saw in this is she did like what I keep seeing Katie doing is she's apologizing. She's like, "Hey, I shouldn't have done that. I'm really sorry I hurt you." This, that, and the other. Like, she did it in this episode. She owned it. But
she did.
What happened? She did, and it's like great, like awesome, like. Now can you all shut up about it? But the thing about it is, she says these things, the girls don't listen, and they just keep going. And she's like, I've just apologized. This is where she's getting frustrated, I feel like. And then you're like, oh, you recorded Shannon thing. She's like, no, I didn't video record her. It was a fucking audio. I was on the phone with a meeting. I called my husband. Can you believe this fucking bitch? Like, she's coming in here screaming her fucking tits off. Like, listen to what she's fucking, listen to what I'm dealing with. Sends it to the husband, which I do believe she didn't send it to Alexis or anything like that. I don't believe she said it.
No, I think she talked about it to Alexis, but I don't think she gave it to her, because it would have 1,000% been used against Shannon had she did send it to her. Trust me. So,
and Katie knew that. It was just an audio clip. I mean, listen. If you had a boyfriend at home and you were on a reality show and you're like, fucking hell, listen to this fucker go off, like, and you'd send it to your boyfriend and like, oh my God, do you believe this shit? And that's it. And then you would talk about it to your other friends or whatever, be like, oh my God, she was a basket case. But let's be honest, like, Shannon didn't like Katie.
No.
At that time. Remember, Shannon was super rude to the husband?
Well, yeah, and it was also like Shannon, I think, is just someone who's just a lot to handle and manage in general. And I think she has her moments, and it is what it is. But first of all, I think Gina saying initially that there was a video versus it just being what it was is dangerous, because it makes it seem like Katie did something way sinister than she, like, when in reality, you're here not at a restaurant that I'm just sitting at another table and I'm like recording you because you're flipping out. No, we're actually working. And this is supposed to be a fun time. We're supposed to look our best. We're supposed to get the shot. You're in here acting like a rag doll on steroids, yelling on the phone. I'm on a meeting and you're in the background. So what did you think I was supposed to do? Sit here and ignore that you're acting like a maniac?
Exactly. And in that interview when Katie was talking, she was like this. She was like, you know what? She's like, it was meant to be a fucking fun day. And she's fucking screaming, or like, you know, you could tell, like I can't imagine, like, you know, if you were like your first season of Housewives and you're dressed up and you're ready for the shot, like, how exciting of a day for you.
Yeah.
Right? And you want to have fun and stuff. And then you have this bitch coming in, screaming and shouting, knowing full well Alexis is going to be there. Like, she's in the show.
Well, Shannon was mad that they booked her at the same time as her. That's what it all did. And of course they did that on purpose. So I don't know why she gets mad. The point is, it's like being the new person at your job and being at the company party for the first time, but the woman that's been there for 20 years has got this nasty, jaded attitude and does not care whatsoever about the party and is just talking smack. That's how it feels. But it was harmless. I don't know why they dragged that out like it was some big scandal. Like she was.
And then we have Gretchen. We get introduced to Gretchen, which for me, it's kind of like a first for Gretchen. Like, I watched OC Housewives kind of at the beginning for a bit. I don't really, like, I remember Gretchen. I don't remember, like, things that stuck out for me. And I think I stopped watching after, like, season 3 or 4 for a while. And then I got back into it again. So it's kind of a first watching Gretchen, but I do like that table scene where like Tamra tries to be like, you reached out to my daughter and stuff with that. She's like, no, she made a post, or I commented on a post that was her father. And then she's like, no, it wasn't. And she actually admitted it on Facebook. By the way, this is not my father. This is me making this post. It's the same thing. And when she was like, it's not the same thing. Like, and it like rattles Tamra. Like, finally we have someone to go up against her.
I think that's what this will be dynamic television just for that. And also, I will say this: the comparisons between Alexis and Gretchen, there is no comparison. Gretchen knows what she's doing. She knows what to do. She drank herself a little bit of sake, waited, jumped in when she could. She didn't come in like Alexis and in the first 2 seconds be like, I took your man, bitch, and what are you going to do about get out? Like, she didn't do all that. No. So I think also there's equal playing field with Tamra and Gretchen because they were in the show's beginning stages. So there is a lot for them they get it. I think I'm excited for it. I know Tamra probably wasn't, but I think it's going to be good.
We can't have another season of Tamra just dominating the whole fucking show again, going after Shannon about drinking or whatever, or going after someone else. Like, it's nice now that we have Gretchen to kind of that's an equal that will like go head to head. And then you like another part, I was like kind of like annoyed. Like Emily was saying, like, you know, I was kind of friends with Gretchen, but I'm not going to do that again. And so I'm like, oh wow, like, you know, what a great friend. Like, I can't be fucking friends with her, and like, because I'm terrified of you, but I'm going to call you a friend, even though, like, you know what I mean? Like,
I think it's tough because it's like people have like so much history and bad blood like that. It gets so messy to even say you hung out with them, then it's not worth it because it's like.
I know, but they shouldn't be like. But Tamra just needs to get the fuck over it. Like, Emily wasn't back in the day when Gretchen was there. Like, Emily didn't know Gretchen. Gretchen hasn't done anything bad to Emily. Emily should be allowed to hang out with her if she wants, and especially since they're all on the fucking show together, it is nice to have a rapport with these women if you're going to be doing scenes with them and have the fun and have the laughs with them. Like, just maybe just leave Tamra's name out of it when you meet each other.
I think it's going to be interesting because Tamra's showing us a more vulnerable side of herself and a less reactive side at least by episode 2. But, I kind of want there to be some different dynamics happening. I agree. I don't want it to be the same old, like, where we're leaning on Tamra to bring the bone for everything. No, it's exhausting. And we learned that last season with the Shannon stuff. We don't need to do this ever again where one person is piling up on one person about something over and over when they're already the villain on the show. That's not fair because they get the worst beating. She took a beating for that.
She really did. Like, that whole she last season, like Shannon fucking got it really rough. She really did, and I just hope that doesn't happen.
I was talking about how Tamra. I was talking about Tamra actually. I know Shannon took a beating from Tamra. I'm saying Tamra had to be like that. We don't need another season of, is what I'm saying. Like, we don't need one conflict growing to such a draining. It was just a draining season to watch because it was just about one thing all the time.
Do you think? And then before we wrap it up, and then Shannon was like, I've had enough. Like, I've reached my capacity, and like I need to go. Like, whatever. So she got up, and then she left. It's like again, like, you were a fucking monster coming in on that shoot. Katie had her thing. She recorded an audio of you, and now you're leaving. Like, it's just so dramatic. Just stay. It's not even that bad.
But she's known to get up and leave in the middle of filming. That's why every time they'll be like, Shannon, don't get up, Shannon. No, Shannon, don't go. It's not because they really want her to stay. It's like, bitch, we want to finish the scene, and you keep leaving to go yell at producers. Calm down. Take a Pepto and finish your thought, and let's wrap this up.
I want to get hot pot. I want to get hot pot after this episode.
We had hot pot a few days ago. I love hot pot and hot pockets.
I think That's pretty much it for today, everyone. Go follow Giorgio at Georgio Says. Listen to his podcast, where you get podcasts. His recaps are really, really funny. You guys got to listen to him. And also, I posted a new recipe yesterday, which I have to tell you all about. It's basically like a pizza taco thing. You have to make it. Just make this weekend. It's so fucking tasty. Just watch it. It's like a tortilla. You put some jarred sauce on it, some mozzarella cheese. Put it into the air fryer for like 4 minutes at like 360, and it comes out and you just put like lettuce tossed with a bit of dressing on top, and then you like a taco. It's so good. We'll look at.
Okay, I'm gonna make it.
Really good.
I'm trying out different pizza things, so I would love to try that actually. Oh, also, I'll be in Philly on the 23rd of July, City Winery with Zach Peter. If you guys are in the Philly area, get your tickets.
When is that? Why didn't I go to that show?
It's July 23rd, because you're doing Chicago or New York?
I'm doing Chicago. I'm going to be in
Yeah.
Chicago next Sunday. Not this Sunday, the following Sunday with Zach. And so get your tickets. I believe if you use code Stuart, you get 20% off. Go to nofilterlive.com and you can get tickets to see Giorgio as well. And yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. I don't know what to expect. I think he's having a great time so far on the tour, and he's doing well. So
it looks fun, and I think Jackie's going to be at our Philly show, so that should be Jackie from New Jersey.
Oh, that'd be great. And then New York. New York was meant to be this weekend. Got pushed. I was going to be there too, but because I'm going to Jill Zarin's luncheon next Saturday in the Hamptons.
Oh, fun! Oh my God, it's gonna be so hot.
It's gonna be so hot. The humidity there is just now. It's at a place. It's at Southampton Inn, which is great. So it has an indoor thing there. So when you get hot, you can just pop inside for like a half an hour and sit down, and then you can go out again. So it's not the worst. But hey, thanks so much for listening, everybody, and we'll see you all back here next week. Bye.
Bye.